I woke up this morning knowing it didn't feel right, knowing what I'm hearing isn't right at all. So, what am I to do? How can I tell this to you? Most days I want to smile, be at peace with it, but our leaders, well, I am a leader, but we don't sound the same. Seems like we don't fight the same. Seems like some people don't even know some people's name, but I do. I do. I can feel their pain. Tomorrow ain't easy, and I tell it like I see it, but some change the truth to suit their color suit. And them cards look rigged to me. Short-term memory loss, but they walk around undiagnosed, but will sell you pills you don't want, and they be hard to swallow. So I stay low, but I stay up. Are you up? Are you ready for change? Will you make them accountable? Facts are there. Your gut feeling is there. So let's change the future together.
Welcome to Smokin' Rhymes.
What are we here for? What do you truly want? When change is not enough, what do you do? What are we here for? What do you truly want? When change is not enough, what do you do? Let's talk about it, the problems we face. Let's fight hatred, no time to waste. The mind is naked, we can see it without an x-ray. Life is easy if we work together. We're the keepers, we're the people, we're all equal, filled with purpose. The past has pain, it'll drive you, even make you take aim. But together is where we should aim. Together is where we should. What are we here for? What do you truly want? When change is not enough, what do you do?
Welcome back to another edition of the Smokin' Rhyme Show. My name is Rex45.
I'm Ghetto Hype.
We're on the mic 10 p.m. to midnight with poetry, music, and cannabis talk. What's going on, Ghetto?
Man, a beautiful evening again.
Yeah,
Just cool. The New England style.
Man, I'm tired of this style. It's an old style,
Yeah, right, styly, old styly.
I'm ready for some warm weather.
Right.
But it is New England, so we get what we get.
Get what we get, with a grain of salt.
Yeah, man. So a long time, come on the show.
Yeah, for real, man, for real. It's a pleasure to be here, though. I've been checking in, though.
You know that.
I've been away. I've been checking in, just on the cast and all these things. So,
Right.
So give thanks to technology,
No, still, and you're one of the first ones on the Smokin' Rhyme Show. One of the hosts on the show back in back in 2013.
2013, man, the time there.
Shout out reggae goddess Bobby Shakes.
Bobby Shakes, right.
Dip on speed dial.
Yeah, it's good to be here, though, man. The energy of the show is a beautiful thing, man. I always commend you for this show because it's something that's needed. Poetry is the language of the people always, and never gonna change.
No doubt, man. And cannabis.
Whoop de woo, say less.
Yeah, man.
The language here from birth.
Hey, listen, from as them say, degree of sight and all them things there.
Yeah, Salaman grave and all that something there. But
So
hey, listen, right now, I have to give thanks for it same way, because that's been a whole lot of people therapy. Big up the cannabis, man. I mean, people talk about all these everything for COVID, man, but one of the biggest help throughout COVID was cannabis, man. But nobody will never say it, man.
Yeah.
Never say it, man.
No, they will not. They'll talk about alcohol first, and not the cannabis. But we'll get into that in the Pot Cafe. We got a lot to talk about. We're going to have some fun tonight.
Definitely.
It's the Smokin' Rhyme Show. My name is Rex45.
Ghetto hype, you know the thing.
You're listening to the Smokin' Rhyme Show. My name is Rex45.
And I'm Ghetto hype.
We're on the mic 10 p.m. to midnight with poetry, music, and cannabis talk. Ghetto,
Yeah.
you ever try to fight your father?
Oh man, I wasn't suicidal. first.
As a
First to commit, my father probably gave me one Jamaican whooping. That's it. One.
same.
Because, bro, mothers were a force.
Yeah.
so I had to contend with the mother part first. And I wasn't getting past that. So
Yeah. You never get around the corner.
yeah. and then now if I was supposed to step to my mother, I would have to contend with my siblings first, my brother first. So
Right.
yeah, that was like
There's no getting around.
That,
So
that wasn't even a thought, man.
So father say, if you come to me, just what the Ninja Man song, somebody I got dead today.
Somebody I got dead. Our popcorn with there said, them dead.
Yeah, no, it's listen to that poem. I haven't played that one in a while. But no, yeah, I never thought to fight my father.
No, I never.
It didn't cross my mind. But you're right, same thing. It's like my mom, getting by her. But I guess some people try.
Some people try.
Some young man them try.
Try.
Yeah.
Hey, remember this though, honor your mother and father, man. It's a blessing and promise, So
yeah.
So do that.
You know that. And as you say that, it is March is Women's History Month.
That it is.
That it is. So we're honoring women.
We should
for the month.
As we should.
For the month of March.
As we should.
As we get the instrumentals playing in the background.
What's that? That's a whale call. It's like a bull whale call,
Listen, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
I stay out the water, so I can't tell you what sounds happen.
Yeah. I stay out there too. I'm just figuring it out. I watch a lot of Natural Geography.
No, folks, we're construction's happening, so we do apologize, but it is what it is. The show must go on. Like I said, March, as it's coming to a close, we got a few more days. Celebrate the women in your life.
Yeah. Shout out to the new girl in my life, Abigail. Coming home later. Tell my wife to move over.
All right.
I got you, baby.
All
right.
You don't replace.
Yeah.
I saw it go.
Yeah.
Kamala Harrison, who had a photo shoot at Vogue, and apparently did not like the photos that Vogue used to represent her, and felt a way about it, and her peoples felt a way, and felt like there's criticism behind that.
You know what it is, man? I seen the picture.
Yeah, I did too. And go ahead.
It's people just, man, like people just need to be so California sometimes. You know what I mean? Relax, man.
Yeah.
Be so Caribbean.
Right.
Be so Florida. Relax sometimes. You know what I mean?
And go ahead.
Like we after every single thing that's been going on the past couple years.
Right.
The least thing they should be worrying about is this woman's outfit.
Right. No, the photo is an outfit of what she normally wears.
That's right.
So that's the part that doesn't make any sense to me, because like this is how you rock it. So, and I know we're concerned in this era of what people see on social media, on TV, or consume your information. I know we try to control the narrative, but
people. Let me take. Can I say something?
Yeah, you can say a lot. You just can't.
You know what happened? The last president, why he was so popular, he made himself relatable to so many people. But not by what he wore, but how he spoke.
Right.
Kamala Harrison, the way she appeared in this Vogue picture was so relatable to people, you know what I'm saying, regular people who accept her. Oh man, that's, you know. But on the flip side of it now, you know, they're saying they're concerned about how
It looks.
her peers
Yeah,
might
right.
think of her as not being serious.
Yeah, I know, which is BS.
Yeah, man.
BS, because if you have a boss,
Yeah.
you're not going to sit here and care what your boss looks like when they come in. If they tell you to do something, you ain't going to be like, oh, you got your sweats on, I don't take you serious. They're going to take you serious regardless. If it's your parents that have to if you have to look away for somebody to take you serious, you have a bigger problem.
Thank you very much.
As we were talking about parents, right? Your parents didn't have to look away for us to take them serious. When them talk,
When they talk, you took him serious.
you just know. You know when they're
You
serious.
just know what it is.
Yeah.
You know. And I'll tell you this right now. Big shout out to Kamala Harris. Big shout out to every woman that do not let how you appear anyone dictate you by how you appear. Because, you know, this is another stereotype they're throwing at women again. And I got to say it like that. Because, you know, now she has to dress more serious for men.
Right. Well, I don't
to take
see.
her
That's
serious.
that's the
Like,
thing. I don't know if it's men that's criticizing this.
But it's her. She's there.
But
the thing is, they're concerned about her appearance or to
Right.
to the people in who.
Right, but that's the thing, because I will say this, and you can answer this. I'll ask
Yeah,
you this:
Yeah.
do you care what a woman looks like?
Do I care what she looks like?
Do you care? Like when you, if you go a doctor or if you go any profession whatsoever, are you sitting here saying, well, you don't look the part, or do you care more about what they know versus what they don't know?
What they know. What
Right.
they know.
And so I don't think
know.
I don't think guys look at women and go, oh, well, she's wearing a pantsuit. So I mean, I don't look at a woman and go, oh, well, she's wearing this or wearing that. I you know what I'm saying? Granted, you know, if she has some shorts on and heels and a and a doctor's badge on them, I might question that.
It's just to say who you are, right?
But at the same time, realistically,
Oh, what you
like guys don't. I don't think guys care about that. I don't look at a woman. I've had women bosses. You know what I'm saying? So I don't go, oh, well, she's wearing this, so
She's a bad boss.
yeah. I don't even think like that. Doesn't even cross my mind. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. It's like I don't think guys care about what she's wearing.
Yeah. I don't think it's the guys per se.
You-
More than you know. Put the form of work the line of work she's in.
Right.
The who she has to prove to in that line of work, that's who she has to prove to. So in part of what they're saying also is to prove to those guys who she's working with, they're not going to look at her as being serious.
Right. And I don't think that's the case. That's what I'm saying. I question who is concerned about her appearance, because I don't think, and you know, yeah, I'm not hanging around with billionaires, so I don't know what they think.
Right.
But the guys I hang around with, they don't care.
Yeah.
If you're a good person, that's what they care about.
I am not disputing that, but when I read the article earlier, and
Construction's happening.
you know, and when I read the article earlier, and I'm like, man, y'all really concerned about if she really has to be out here proving herself
Right.
to these
Right.
to these people, like,
And the Supreme Court nominee as well. You know what I'm saying?
You know, and also, you know, and this is one thing I wanted to say also, like in relation to these things where this is 2022
Mm-hmm.
and we're still struggling to give
Mm-hmm.
equal pay,
Right.
show respect,
Right.
show equal respect to a man because of the color of his skin. Like, we're still here in 22 and we're in flying cars,
Right.
and we still can't get it together in how we treat each other.
Right. You know that that poem at the beginning of the show. You know what I'm saying? I'm just it is what it is. Until we get together,
Right.
all of us get together collectively, and make a stand. You know, this will continue to happen.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I don't want to take away from March is Women History Month, And March 30th, which is, I believe, in a couple of
Wednesday?
couple of days,
Wednesday.
is National Doctors Day. And, since, we're in March and the first woman doctor was Elizabeth Blackwell in 1849.
Can I shout out to someone? She's a nurse. She's a nurse.
You can do it.
Her name is Nurse Wright. I'm not sure if she's still alive. I hope to God she is. But this was our midwife. As you know, not one of us. I have 3 brothers, 1 sister. Well, my other two of my brothers I know definitely, and my sister were all midwife delivered. All of us are midwife delivered.
Yeah, in Jamaica.
Except in Jamaica.
Back then.
Yeah, all of us are midwife delivered. And this woman, right, would leave from where she lived, whatever hour of the morning, and made my mother feel like she has nothing in the world to worry about. So, shout out to some women out there, doctors out there, nurses that do some of the most extraordinary things. Nurse Wright, shout out to yourself in Jamaica, or if you got family right now that's listening. Likewise.
No doubt.
Yeah.
You listen to the Smokin' Rhyme Show. My name is Rex45.
And I Ghetto Hype.
We're on B87 FM. We'll get some music. We got the Pot Cafe coming up. We got some shows to talk about. There is the Soul Rebels, Jizza, Tali Kweli.
Yeah, that's a good show.
Ingenious Concept.
Yeah, doing it still.
March 31st, Thursday. I might have to make some phone calls, see if I can get on that guest list.
Yeah, man.
Get in
holler
there.
at your boy. I really, you know me. I'm not Jizza, Talib Kweli. Man, that's that show right there, man. If you love hip hop, you got to be there. If you love music, you got to be there.
No doubt. It's a Smokin' Rhyme Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Pot Cafe. Roll, light, smoke, hey. Roll, light, smoke, hey. Roll, light, smoke, hey. Roll, light, smoke. Break the Spanish down in my rollie and I'm scrolling it up. We put the whole 7 in it, you ain't holding it up. Hitting 12 in the lane while we sparking it up. Rexy 45 and Big Eaters soon the city show up. But the city been waiting, we been cooking and baking. Planning, putting that cake in, plotting, moving and shaking. LeBron, Steph Curry with the rock, shake the pot. There's some big boss cannabis talk, cultural elevation.
Ain't no telling where we taking this thing from here. It's 420 in this world somewhere. Outside, stay rolling it up. Up north, stay rolling it up. What's up? Ain't no telling where we taking this thing from here. If you feeling me, put one in. West side, stay rolling it up. East coast, stay rolling it up. What's up?
Roll, light, smoke, hey. Roll, light, smoke, hey.
You listen to the Smokin' Rhyme Show. It is the Pot Cafe. My name is Rex45.
And I'm Ghetto Hype.
And it's time to, get to hype. The one and only, the originator.
The creator.
So much I can say about that, man. There's so much history we get, though.
Hey, you know, sometimes, man, I like to say it. You know, I have some friends that call them names, all kind of title, but experience teacheth wisdom.
Yeah. No doubt, man.
So, you know,
Yeah, man.
that's it.
It is a Pot Cafe. So in Savannah City, councils are preparing for a possibility of marijuana legalization.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? The council vote on Thursday night to hopefully put up with a 180-day ban on permitting any related sales of marijuana right now, which is not good. You can't get a medical marijuana in Georgia right now, but council say you could change. The council says it could change any day, and they want to be ready. But the ban right now seems it's going to be affecting new business and not old business in Savannah, Georgia, which is the downside, Ghetto.
Oh, yeah. There's always a downside.
You know what I'm saying? And in other news, in Alabama.
I just want to interject. Why? I want to ask out there a question. Ask these people, why they keep messing with weed? Weed ain't never done nobody nothing.
Nope.
Please leave weed alone. weed lives matter.
No doubt. Weed lives does matter.
Yeah, weed lives matter, man. Come on, man. To the smokers.
No, seriously, it's all political,
Yeah.
and it's all used just to sway the minds.
45. That's that's what I was about to say. If they were stopping this for some moral reason, I would have no objections. Because it's moral.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But the underlying reason is political, bro. It's
Yes.
not for nothing but political at this
Right.
point.
And misinformation. Yes.
And misinformation.
Yeah.
Because you're not backing up with truth.
No doubt. No doubt. So a leading Alabama gubernatorial candidate said that Alabama officials are pushing a drug cartel to sell medical marijuana gummies to every Alabama community. The legalization of recreational marijuana is mostly opposed by all the Republican candidates running for governor except for Springville Mayor Dave Thomas. Vote for Dave. Vote for Dave.
Vote for Dave. Hey,
Vote for Dave.
isn't Dave always a good name? Dave,
Dave
every
is-
Dave. I never knew a bad Dave all my life.
No doubt. No
Hey.
doubt.
Shouts to Dave, man. Dave for
Who-
president.
No, Dave Thomas, who wants it legalized for recreational purpose. A host candidate outright opposed to the state's approach to legalizing marijuana for medical purpose. Alabama becomes the 37th state to do this so last year. Listen, there's like 36 other states right now that have medical and or recreational marijuana, right? So it's a big deal. But vote for Dave in Alabama.
Vote for Dave.
Hopefully he has other good tendencies besides legalizing
Yeah,
marijuana.
yeah, that's all.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit here and listen. You know what I'm saying? If he's a cereal, you don't want him.
You don't want right.
You know what I'm saying?
Use your common sense, people. Don't lose it.
But
Lose it.
if he got tendencies, he's alright. He's alright.
Yeah, he's all right.
You can go for tendencies.
You know, we look for something to start with.
Yes.
The fact that Dave is okay with weed, that's a great start.
It's an amazing start.
It's an amazing start.
Because honestly, like the misinformation that happens right now is off the charts.
It's off the charts.
And there's folks like the Smokin Rhyme show. Shout out to Dr. Kaplan. We're gonna have him back on the show. Who's pushing information about cannabis because there's a lot of misinformation out there. And you know, I visit these I go get my weed from dispensaries. and I see all types in line with me, and it's interesting because it's all walks of life. It's recreational, it's medical, it's curiosity, it's too much information. There's a lot of people that come through there, and at the end of the day, you know, cannabis is much better for you than any alcohol.
Oh,
Period.
period.
You know what I mean? It's a Smokin Rhyme show. My name is Rex45.
I'm Ghetto Hype.
We're on a mic 10 p.m. to midnight with this thing called poetry, music, and cannabis talk. And we're talking about cannabis, man.
Weed to the brain.
You understand what I'm
Smoke
saying?
weed till me yard in my bleed.
No doubt. Been there, done
All
that.
right, don't block that, okay? All right.
So, in Michigan, and for those in the middle of the country, shout out to our global listeners, by the way. And the first cannabis consumption lounge is about to open next week in Michigan. You got to buy tickets to get in. So if you do want to go smoke cannabis, you understand what I'm saying? Get your ticket. It seems like there's a lot of square footage, so there's plenty of space, but there's never enough space with all the people we have, so make sure you plan accordingly.
Isn't it crazy? You would have a smoke shop right now,
Mm-hmm.
and you would have 100. Let me relate to some of the places I party, I DJ. You would have 100 people in there smoking weed,
Yeah.
and one person lights a cigarette, and the party is done. The party's over because
Yeah.
everybody's like, no,
Can't smoke cigarettes.
you can't smoke cigarettes. So
But you can smoke weed.
you can smoke weed. Listen, we only deal with things that heal. not the things that kill.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? All right.
Ghetto. Foundation host on the Smoking Rhyme show. It's nice to have you back, man. It's been a while.
For real, man. I feel good being here with you.
You know what I mean? We've been pushing this thing for a very long time.
Yes, sir.
There are a lot of people after us. You know, there's a lot. We're in Boston. There's NPR, there's WGBH, there's all these stations now that got, there's newspapers that got weed columns and cannabis columns and all type of columns talking about the healing of the nation. But we've been doing this from 2013.
2013, man.
And we ain't changed the program, and we ain't trying to. People are conforming to us.
Right.
Facts. You know what
Weed
I mean?
talk.
Indeed.
And the real talk.
You listen to the Smoking Rhyme show. My name is Rex45.
And I'm Ghetto Hype. I'm still.
We on the mic 10 p.m. to midnight with poetry, music, and cannabis talk. Bobby Shakes?
What's going on? How you guys feeling tonight?
Good, man. How you doing, man?
Feeling good, man. It's always good to hear this brother's voice, man. This man's voice is just so. It's one of the voice when you hear it, it's like, you know. Shouts to Bobby Shakes.
Bobby Shakes got me dropping the instrumental because he's on.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
You know, it's copyright infringements right now, Bobby Shakes, but you know what I'm saying? We're bringing out the horns for you.
Oh man, sounds like the music they play before they give somebody circumcision.
I haven't had one of those, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Marilyn Monroe, this.
Bobby Shakes, we on TV, man. Come on. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. How you feeling, my brother?
I can't complain.
How you feeling?
I feel pretty good, despite everything. When you work hard, you have to feel good because you can see what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I just had a baby daughter. Right?
Congratulations.
Hold on. Stop. You don't just say stuff like that and just act casually like you just gonna say that and say something else. There's a whole pause behind that.
Ghetto. We have to teach you about the birds and the bees.
Look, I just have a baby daughter too.
So here's the thing, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of the weirdest experience I've ever went through in my life. Because
Do tell.
I've never I have three boys.
Right.
And just changing the diaper of a baby girl just seems to be like a very intimidating process. And like mentally I feel like I have to like remap my life. Like when it comes to the website and like the previous butu that I was involved with in my life, it feels like I have to like clean that up so when she comes into the world there's like a clean slate for her to live off of. You know what I mean? So
wait. Like, I'm sorry. Say I might have missed a little bit of that. You said there's like a clean slate?
Yeah, I feel like I had to. I'm still trying to figure. I have to clean this slate for her to walk on.
Because you had three boys and you just left the place dirty.
Yeah. Because I mean, they're boys.
Rank.
Boys are supposed to be animals, right?
No. I don't know about that, but I'll let you tell it.
Yes, so I just feel that my sons are here to
be unruly. They're popcorn junior.
Yeah, like to ravage and to enslave and to raid the minds. Where like my daughter has to be the voice of reason to govern my three boys.
No.
Yeah.
Bobby Shakes.
Yeah.
Your daughter is going to be the best version of your three boys. And they're going to learn from your three boys. She ain't going to clean them up. She going to be gangster.
Yeah, she going to learn from me.
She going to be gangster. ain't no, she gonna learn from that. Oh, this is what they're doing. I'm doing it too.
But I'm still be a lady.
Shakes. I don't know if I tell
That's
you,
what I mean.
but congratulations on the new child. It's always, as they say, be fruitful, and it seems like you're eating at the apple and the tree.
Well, I mean, as a man, I only have two responsibilities on this planet, right? Two responsibilities.
Do tell.
Is to reproduce and to plant my own food, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got to till the earth until my day of death. Those are my only two responsibilities I have on this planet. And I'm only doing one of them because I can't plan Aki to save my life. But I'm working on it.
Right. Two responsibilities. And you feel you're covering them without a problem.
No, I can't plant. I planted lettuce once, but this summer I'm gonna start to learn how to plant and try and withhold my duties as a human. I mean, everything else is really not that important, right? Like the car you drive, the money you make, the pair of sneakers you have on. You know what I'm saying? Those things don't really contribute to where we are as a race on this planet. You know what I mean?
Right.
So.
No, there's not much that contribute to race on this planet. We're off here. We've talked a lot about being and what should be done and what not should be done. And I don't know if this is the right platform for that or whether they'll take us serious on what we say. But yeah, I mean, honestly, as human beings, all we need is food and water.
Water.
You know what I mean? Everything else is a plus.
I haven't had water in like 4 days.
Oh no, that's not good, Ghetto.
Oh no, that's not good.
That's not good.
You need to,
You know?
yeah, you gotta drink a gallon of water a day, man, at least.
Gallon. He said gallon.
Easily.
Easily, yeah. Because I mean, your body, that's the fuel of your body, right?
Right.
Yeah. I'm not disagreeing with you guys, but I have to train my mind that part right now.
No, listen, you might still be kind of young, Ghetto bit, but because of motorcycle racing and I have to. It got me drinking water because you don't realize. Most of us are probably dehydrated most of the time and don't realize it because we don't know the symptoms. And when you do something that's high level that tests your hydration level, you'll recognize it. But most of us are probably dehydrated every day.
I know I am. It's not a question.
So and go ahead.
I'm just saying, I know I am. It's just how the level of dehydration I'm.
Listen. I probably went like 10 years without drinking water.
Hey, trust me.
You know what I mean? If I wasn't racing motorcycles, I probably wouldn't be drinking water right now. Trust me.
My check engine light been on.
You know what I mean? But being healthy is a good way to be. So drink water. Drink at least 40 ounces. I would say,
facts.
If you can, and you'll see the difference. It's crazy. But there were years I was dehydrated and I didn't realize I was because I didn't know. But after recognizing it now, because I have to stay hydrated when I'm at the track, I was like, yeah, the years I was just dehydrated. So
Nice.
So 3 boys, 1 girl. What's Bobby Shake's world like? Because Bobby Shake's, I mean, I know a lot of people talk about records being broken, but I mean, you got records. You know what I mean? You've done a lot of things, Shakes. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We may know more than some others, but I mean, like, what's life like now that Shakes has, 3 boys and 1 girl, and what don't you do anymore?
Can I add something to that?
Sure.
Bobby Shakes not only done things, this man opened doors. So, yeah, I just had to throw that part in there too, you know.
No. Well, this is what I'm doing now, and then this is where like the evolution of what you are has to come into play, right? So sometimes I sit back and I get very depressed when I sit back and I say, like, let's say there's like a shooting in like a George Floyd incident, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel that the circle of people that I grew up with, right?
Right.
When there's something like that happening, they should be contacting us to interview on CNN or Fox or whatever to explain the culture of what's actually going on.
Uh-huh.
And I think the reason why we're not on that level is because we really haven't put out a body of work yet, right? Like, we haven't really taken that step, put out a body of work. So you ask what I'm doing now is 2 years ago I put out a body of work, The Fourth, which is about 4th of July cookouts, the clean crew, and it's a 26-minute documentary where I wanted to put out something coherent that could be followed along.
Right.
And I watched it, and I put it out, and then people watched it, and they were able to follow the story along. So now my goal is to release more documentaries. So we're working on a documentary this summer that's coming out this summer.
Mm-hmm.
The title of it's called Why Does Junior Rodigan Hate Me?
Seriously?
And yeah, seriously. Why does Junior Rodigan hate?
Now, is that you specifically, Junior Rodigan, hate Bobby Shakes, or Junior Rodigan just hates people?
No, I'm asking the question, why does Junior Rodigan hate me? Like, why would he hate me? And the documentary is going to explain me and his relationship over the last 20-something years.
Okay.
Because he's been a very influential part in who I am today.
Right. And he hates you now is what you're saying.
So I'm asking him, why does
Ghetto, I think
why
you just need
does
to turn
he
your,
hate
your
me?
headphones. Right.
So this is what we're working on, and we're going to shoot some of it in film,
Uh-huh.
and we want to start putting out these bodies of work out there, not only to say we put out a body of work, but to start to cement and solidify our legacy,
Right.
like Bob Marley does, like the Beatles. Like, if you watch the Beatles released a documentary, the Beatles released a 3-part documentary. They're like 10 hours long. It is the worst documentary ever made by any human being.
Right.
But it's also the best documentary ever made, because you get to see firsthand what it took for the Beatles to come up with this iconic album. And you have to. So, I mean, you ask my son who's the Beatles, he thinks it's an insect, right?
Right.
But when you release these bodies of work, your legacy continues. It's like, who is Michael Jordan? Nobody knows who Michael Jordan is, right? Nobody knows who Sean Kemp is. Nobody knows who Grandma is. Nobody knows who Larry Bird is.
Well, I think most people know who Jordan and maybe Bird, but...
But hold on. But the reason why Jordan is pushed to the forefront is because every month Nike releases a sneaker from him.
Right, exactly.
So that's just greasing the human subconsciousness, like, hey, this guy was great.
On this
And
show,
now
Bob, I don't mean to cut you off. On this show, we really like to keep people straight.
Right. But, so, that's what we want to do. We want to cement our legacy, and it's not just mine. It's every single body. It's 45. It's Ghetto. It's J. Cool. It's Rodigan. It's Madman Charlie.
Right.
It's,
So,
Richie.
you know, it's interesting because I wrote a thing a few weeks ago talking about that, and I say in my poem, essentially, I'll summarize it a little bit. I think as creators, we just got to create and let other people tell our stories. I think there is it's not for us to tell our own stories. It doesn't seem fair. I appreciate what you're doing, in all honesty, but at the same time, I think if we just create, I think other people will tell our stories because through our history, other people have told stories about Alexander, Socrates, you know what I'm saying, Aristotle, all these people, you know, Gwendolyn Brooks and Malcolm and you know Singleton, and we're all going to be telling stories. If you look at drink stamps, everybody's telling a story. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think there's a part of controlling our narrative, but also I think also just keep doing what you're doing, because even though you may not see it, people may not come up to you because you may not be you're kind of boisterous, Bobby Shakes. So most people might not want to come up to you and say, yo, man, I appreciate what you're doing. But I think let the storytelling be to others, and you keep creating what you're creating, because it's more important to me than telling what you have done. Let other people tell what you have done.
Yeah, I feel with these documentaries, it's basically it's my story, but it's basically a bird's eye view of what I've witnessed.
Oh, dude, listen. Hey, listen, man. You saw it all, so trust me. You know what I mean. So I guess this. I don't know what it'd be, and I'll be. Go ahead, Ghetto.
Bobby Shakes, could I tell your story? Like, could you interview me for a part of your story, and I could tell a part, and I tell like, because sometimes when I feel like when I talk, some people don't really listen. Like when I tell this brother not what I think of the work he's done, it's not like I'm assuming. I'm telling you because I've seen the work. You know what I mean? Like I could tell you,
right,
when cable TV came to Jamaica mainstream, Jamaica changed.
Right.
Period.
Right.
I'm not asking you, I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's the same thing when I look at the work that's why I said you're a door opener, because you created lanes and avenues in this thing where a lot of people wouldn't even necessarily think of even doing these things. So much that when the world had dancehallreggae.com, Bobby Shakes was literally more to me an equivalent, but you know what I'm saying, it's just what it, well, I would love to tell your story, bro, because I know the effect you had on dancehall, on music, on photography, in my culture and the area where I was, that I could talk about. You know what I'm saying? I can talk about everybody. I could talk about where I've been and where I was, where I still am. And I know the effect up to this day, brother, you have in this whole situation of what we're doing right here, bro. And, if, they say self-praise is no form, but tell your story on the third person part, because everybody would like to. I would love for, listen, if you, when you tell that story, bro, I would love to sit down with every DJ who said they're about to be a DJ in Massachusetts. Say, before you say you're a DJ, watch this. So you can, I'm telling you, it'll be a prerequisite before you a DJ, before you go out there, watch this, so you could know something. And that's
because,
for real.
I mean, there's a lot of, the reason why we pick Roddy because he's a polarizing person in this community, right?
Yeah.
Right. And to say that, hang on, you listen to the Smokin Rhyme Show. My name is Rex45.
And I'm Ghetto Hype.
We're lucky enough to have Bobby Shakes on the line. He's got a documentary. He's an amazing person on the line. So continue, Bobby Shakes.
So what I want to do is, because I'm gonna tell you a quick story why this is bubbling my mind. So we had a podcast before people even had podcasts, and it was the #1 podcast on Apple, and we were killing BET and MTV because we were the only podcast where you could come and actually watch music videos, right? So you would come on, you watch music videos, and you could watch, because back then that's when cable television started to phase out music videos. You had to get BET2 or MTV2 and blah, 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 blah.
Right.
So company, this magazine from Canada contacted me. It's like, hey, man, we run a weed magazine, and we want to put you guys in it. And I go, okay, what's the name of the magazine? The name of the magazine is called Skunk. We're from Canada. Our competitor's High Times magazine. So I said, all right, fine. You could put us in a weed magazine, right?
All right.
So she said, yeah. She said, just send us a couple of photos of what you guys do, right? Blah, blah, blah. So I sent her, like, hundreds of photos, right?
Mm-hmm.
She flips through these photos. She calls me back, and she goes, we were thinking about giving you a small write-up in the back of the magazine, but we've decided to put you in the centerfold and to move Ziggy Marley off the centerfold and put him in the back of the magazine.
Wow.
Because we didn't understand
What you were doing.
that Boston is such a reggae place.
Yeah. Yeah, I think in the late 80s, we were number 3. And I think
Boston,
somewhere between the 90s and now, we became number 1 for reggae music in America.
Boston is a huge reggae market.
Yeah.
And with this documentary...
Huge is not,
right?
is not the right word.
Right.
It's like goat is the right word.
So what I want to do is, I'm going to go down the line, and I want to...
Because it was Miami and New York before us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But Boston always had an area where Boston and Miami always had higher record sales in Boston than New York or Miami, because New York had the bootleggers, Miami had the bootleggers.
Right.
Boston is filled with a bunch of college students, and and Boston is such a segregated city where, like, if you were a college kid, you would never come down to Vibes Records or or Taurus to buy.
Listen. If those places were booming today, they might.
They might. But
They would today.
Yeah.
They would today.
But we're talking. So these documentaries just to showcase the city of Boston and to let everybody know that this is a serious market, and that's that.
No doubt.
I love that so much because, when I first came up here to DJ, play music again, and one of the things I would say to DJs is, when I was in clubs and of course I'm pushing myself, but I would let DJs know, like, bro, do you know the market that you have here? Do you know how serious you should take the music you have here? Like, don't feel like, it's, people here in Boston see Barry Simon more than Jamaica sees Barry Simon.
No doubt.
Some people in Jamaica would been there for 10 years and all their life and haven't seen Barry Simon once. If you live in Massachusetts and haven't seen Barry Simon, it's because you don't want to.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Now Shakes and Ghetto, speaking of that, next week we're interviewing the Mass Holes. I don't know if we're all born somewhere else and made it to Boston. And we got these guys called the Mass Holes that it's going to come on.
Donut people?
They're going to come on next week, and I'm going to play this song by them, and we're going to talk about it after show. Hopefully Shakes, the kids are asleep, and they're not going to wake up in the next 4 minutes. Hang out for a little bit. We're going to play this one song. They got the Mass Holes that's going to come on. We're going to interview them next week. But this song right here is called Gotta Find a Way. I think it's appropriate for what we're talking about, in all honesty.
Let's hear it.
It's a Smokin' Rhyme Show.
I spend too much time out here on my grind. I spend too much time out here on my grind. You gotta do what you gotta do to try and survive. I gotta find my way out. I gotta find my way out. Been here all of my life, can barely provide. You gotta do what you gotta do. Start living my life. Gotta find my way out. I gotta find my way out.
This is a letter to my best friend locked in a pen. What up, Lynn? Hold your head up, glad you off of that bench. Hustling good, you said I'm serving 2 to 10. Now you cage up with animals, feeling revenge. Can't wait till you get out fresh, New York brim. Unlimited, don't pee like we 20 again. We both right behind bars, different different freedoms to live. Address Shirley Max, where the killers of sin. My dog guilty is charged, but don't shelter his kids. Her Hernandez on your block, and he's guilty again. Rogar's tougher than leather, got that Brooklyn skin. Both can pack a punch and take one off the chin. Can't believe your mom passed. Killed me within, crying, hugging your brother, Lord, take me instead. You the champ, I'm the rapper, gotta honor that bet. Spread your wings, find your way out and shorter that jet.
Spend too much time out here on my grind. You gotta do what you gotta do. Try and survive, I gotta find my way out. I gotta find my way out. Been here all of my life, you can barely provide. You gotta do what you gotta start living my life. Gotta find my way out. Gotta find my way out.
I'm breaking out, so look out. Reboot and pull out, strike out, throw the bat back into the dugout. What's this about? Burn the lights and black out. Buy out a blowout sale, call this a workout. Yeah, come over here. That's what I'm talking about. Beyond any doubt, time out. Think of the lost ones and pour some liquor out. When Lick gets home, we'll get the stakes out and have a cookout. Rotary phones, I'm emotional. Fear when uncontrollable. Used to be mobile, but now antisocial. Is this negotiable? Will I ever be approachable? To inspire notables, it's heartfelt. Drive from the north to the sun belt. Can't miss the turnabout. Ride the wave like a surfer till he wipes out. Quit school early or a dropout. Class dismissed, it's almost summertime. I gotta find my way out.
Spend too much time out here on my grind. You gotta do what you gotta do. Try and survive, I gotta find my way out. I gotta find my way out. Been here all of my life, you can barely provide. You gotta do what you gotta start living my life. Gotta find my way out. I gotta find my way out.
This goes out to all the lost souls and the people that can never go home. Locked up or dead. This
Yo, free the warriors, take it from corridors, moving to pharmaceuticals, business as usual. This one big prison, drunk off religion, the strongest opiate, cooler than Soviets. Profit from bodies in cages, 85 stuck on salacious. Media controlled by FBI agents going through stages. Minds trapped in the matrix, the villain is hatred, revealed in their faces. Squeal like deliverance, malevolent like Maleficent. Skills magnificent, the competition indifferent. Pen omnipotent, don't question how we're coping. Whether theologian or fighting for truth like the Trojan. Stir it up like a potion to serve to minds frozen. Throw your thoughts over hot coals to all one and not controlled. To all bodies free and not sold. Break the chains, break the mold. The cycle in the sleeper hold. Freedom will only ring when the truth is told.
But when the truth is told from the reality we hold, emotions still deep and the waters are still cold. Causing the mass havoc, we were born in control. But the sad truth, our youth will still go lose. Cause they didn't learn nothing, cause they parents confused. We the leaders among community, the people sit down. Happiness fades away, so we left with the frown. Colors ain't really nothing, just vibrations and sound. Fighting your own people so the word gets around. Priorities ain't strong cause we killing each other. Tears flood for mothers while fathers run away. The world of Babylon is still happening today.
It's still Babylon today, but the wolves are more efficient though. Unequivocal law books are like a cryptical. MCs be wasting time bickering who got the sicker flow. Still preaching that gun talk. Got the hood pouring out liquor though. They say he never getting out, but stealing bogeys at the liquor store. But lately he been on his dean and reading scriptures though. Today the concentration camps and torture chambers are ubiquitous. Ridiculous, got a ticket for speeding, but I ripped it up. Weeks later got a warrant for my arrest so they could trip me up. Told my car to telling me just where I could pick it up. End of the week for $100, tow truck I had to give it up. Finally get to court, no luck, still feeling stuck in the rut. We permanent victims, still conscripted to the system that convicted us. Brothers and sisters locked down, their spirits need to be lifted up. Big ups to all my homies who done bit the dust in the major gun battle when it should've just been some fisticuffs. Instead the pigs put their fists in cuffs and simply lit them up. The coroner barely regarded the body bag when he zipped it up. He swears that type of injustice he will never be the victim of. We used to live in the land of the free, but the government evicted us. Our heartbeats irregular like arrhythmias, inconspicuous. Celebrating incarceration when the melody of freedom is so mellifluous. On the run, the brother dropped his gun, then his youngest son picked it up.
You're listening to the Smokin Rhyme Show. My name is Rex45.
Ghetto hype.
We're on the mic 10 p.m. to midnight with poetry, music, and cannabis talk. Ghetto, we're fortunate to have Bobby Shakes on the phone with us. Babies ain't crying, right, Bobby?
Babies Are Not Crying. That was a great song, man.
No doubt, man. Listen, we were talking off here, Ghetto and I, and we were talking about you, and we were talking about the influences of creativity, not just reproducing, but creativity. And that great song is creativity. Massholes is creativity. There's a lot of people that got creativity. You know what I mean? And this is where we are, Bobby Shakes.
Can I ask you a question, Bobby Shakes?
Yo.
Have you followed anybody in what you were doing right now in music? What you did in the years in music? Because, I'm going to say why I asked this question. I'm going to tell you why I asked that question, right?
What do you mean by that?
Because before there was, everybody knows about danceallreggae.com. But when I saw dancehall reggae, I was like, shit, sorry. I'm like, that's what Bobby Shakes was doing.
Sorry, FCC.
You know what I'm saying? That was like, that's what Bobby Shakes was doing. You know, when I see a lot of things in pertaining to how they do photography and dancehall, like since 2000.
Yeah, Bobby Shakes.
Or before, I could only read from even it's before that. You know what I'm saying? But I could only relate to one person. You know what I'm saying? So I ask that as I say, or they would ask me that, who influenced you to do that?
Also, Bobby Shakes, on top of that, I want to add, do you feel like Will Smith and you want to slap somebody? Because of what you have done. And, you know what I'm saying?
No.
To add on to what that is. Go ahead.
No. Okay, so let's
unpack
this
that.
This is a really quick thing I'm about to unpack. So, I'm gonna save most of this for the documentary, but I'm gonna give you a quick little sneak peek of what's saying.
Smoking rhymes,
So,
baby.
So, I used to be a skateboard photographer. So what I used to do is I used to go downtown and film all the skateboarders trying to get flow.
Right.
What I mean by getting flow is like you get flow from sponsorship from Adidas, from Nike, from Santa Cruz, Powell Peralta, all the big.
Shout out to our sponsors too.
Yes, right. So I used to film with the fisheye lens.
I like that lens.
Okay.
Oh man.
So I used to film, because you film skateboarding with a fisheye lens because it makes the tricks look bigger and it makes everything look bigger, and because it's such a wide 180 view, you can't really miss a trick. So what I try to do is I used to get up and we used to do a thing called a run. So a run would be you skateboard, you do an ollie 5-0 grind, you do a nose slide, you hit the rail, you jump in the street, you do 4 or 5 tricks in a row. That's called a run. And for every single trick that was landed, you got paid from the companies if they used your footage for a video.
Right.
So that's what I was doing. I was in the streets, man. I was in the streets like no exaggeration. Like I would get up at like 8 in the morning, and we'd be at it till like 4 or 5. The next day, getting chased by Boston police, running through Back Bay, hopping fences. Like cops used to catch us and beat us with flashlights if they caught us. And I was just like out, and the cops wanted my evidence because I had all the evidence of all the destruction of marble in the city of Boston.
But sing ain't lie.
So I was down Walsh Park one day, and somebody came up to me and goes, "Yo, what you doing? I remember you from this, blah, 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 and you should be doing, what are you doing now?" I said, "I don't really do reggae anymore. I'm not a DJ anymore. I'm just doing, like, the skateboard thing."
All right,
and the dude
Bobby.
Yeah.
I can't let you just say you don't do reggae anymore and not let you elaborate on that before you continue on with your elaborate story.
I don't think we need that. I need to hear dead silence for this.
You know what I'm saying, man? I wouldn't be doing my due diligence if I just let you say that.
Yeah, I think you need to cut the background music for this one. I don't need to hear the background music.
No music.
No
Bobby,
music.
what happened?
Oh my God.
Because listen, I fell in love with reggae too, for a time in life. So I'm curious to hear what happened.
And let me, before you go, I always say, ask him if, am I lying, Bobby Shakes, when I say this right now? I said, Bobby Shakes, you killed dancehall in Boston. Am I lying when I make that statement?
No.
I said it to you before, right?
Yeah, we had that thing on the lock and key. All right, so let me tell you what happened.
All right, Bobby Shakes. Listen. Wait,
Yeah,
voila.
I wish I had a bomb right there.
Listen. Voila.
Oh, saving this for the documentary.
You're
Okay.
listening to the Smoking Rhyme Show. My name is Rexy45.
I'm just,
Original.
I'm just
One of the
ghetto high.
co-hosts, not just. No. You are the original hype of all the hype. Every other hype after you,
Yeah, they know hype after me, man.
they no hype after you. So no go on, so. You're the original hype. Facts.
Right. Facts.
Bobby Shakes is the original YouTuber. Tube.
Before there was a tube.
You're the inception, Bobby Shakes.
When you said the tube, they only thought you taking a subway in London.
Right?
Right.
Mind the gap. But Bobby Shakes, you didn't mind the gap. You done stretch out the fucking, we can't even cuss on radio, the gap. So Bobby Shakes, continue.
Okay. So this is what happened. So we all used to DJ, me, Ghetto, Everlast Movement. We were all DJing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I had a little recording studio, right? And I just felt that music was two-dimensional, so I wanted to go into video.
Mm-hmm.
And I just decided to start DJing because I wasn't as good as Ghetto. I wasn't good as J. Cole. I wasn't good as Dazzle. I wasn't good as Stitchy, right? Because you got to understand what people don't understand is like
back then.
Stitchy, Ghetto, Dazzle, 45. Because Rexy was into music too, right?
Yeah, of course.
J. Cole. I'm talking back in the day. I'm talking about brothers, because you guys are my brothers, right? I'm talking about us playing music since we were little babies growing up.
Yeah, man.
This is not something that we just jumped on and did. This is what we did, right?
No other way.
But I just decided that music was two-dimensional because it's music, so I wanted to create videos. And so I left reggae, I sold my recording studio, and I bought a video camera, and then I decided to videotape skateboarding. So that's the gap between me, Everlast. Because remember, I mean, oh man! See now you're trying to just give me all the way to June.
Well, you said no. You don't have to give away. Listen.
You're
not even in here to partake. So.
Yeah, but people don't understand is me, Stitchy, Ghetto was in Mobay at Mama's house listening to the sound play.
Right.
I don't think Ghetto even remember that.
Listen to me, bro.
So, and that's what we were doing, right?
Right.
And then we would go to New York, right? And guess who's in the corner? Nose running. Polish.
Facts.
So now we see Polish. Polish is where he is because he's been underneath the tutelage.
Michael Jackson.
Polish
is Michael Jackson.
Polish is Michael Jackson. He's been underneath the tutelage of black excellence for years. And a lot of people just don't understand that.
It's not overnight.
That's not overnight. When you see Polish,
you had to earn that.
Yo. Go ahead, say that right there. I think I'm recording in my brain right now so I can repeat it verbatim.
No, it's on. We're recording, so it's all good. You had to earn that. Ain't no other way.
Bobby Shakes said Polish is from black excellence, bro.
He was under black excellence.
He was under black excellence, bro.
So that's why he is where he is. So I want people to understand when you start to. So now let's talk about the influence. So now I show up and I start recording with the fisheye lens, and it goes crazy, right?
Right. Let's go back to the beginning.
And I was because we went.
Shakes, you're good.
We went. We took a detour. So now I'm posting Bobby Shakes on dancehallreggae.com, right?
Yep.
The owner of dancehallreggae.com links me and was like, yo, what you're doing in Boston is legendary. And me and you need to build. What a lot of people don't understand is, and this is not normal. I hate to say this, but this is not usually normal in black youth. Like black youths don't really, unless we're from the same hood, we don't really reach across. Why? Think about this. I want everybody listening to this podcast. I want you guys to think about this. They will call
Bobby Shakes.
dancehall reggae. Yeah.
You listen to the Smokin Rhyme Show. My name is Rex45.
Get all right.
We got Bobby Shakes on the line.
Right.
This is not ordinary. This is
It's
extra.
not ordinary.
This.
What people
Continue.
What
Continue.
people
Continue.
Don't understand. What people don't understand is they had a thing called dancehallhiphop.com that was shut down by the music industry. They had a thing called dancehallreggae.com in New York City. They had a cameraman in New York City, and they had a cameraman in Jamaica.
Scrappy.
Why would they contact some little dude in Boston to collab?
Right.
Because they saw the fisheye lens photography was insanity.
Innovation, Bobby Shakes. Bobby Shakes.
It was innovative.
Can I tell you?
Me and dancehallreggae.com would have weekly meetings on how to push the culture, and we became one of each other. Like they were never my competition, and that's how me and dancehallreggae.com was able to just. Because at one point, New York was my home.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we was in New York every weekend. Frizzy would be in Boston, I'll be in New York. And we were just spreading our wings.
Right.
Shouts to Frizzy.
The fish eye lens was the instrument that broke down all those barriers. Because I was the first person, like, when you cover
Versus
the
the
show,
Ghost Islands.
Yeah. Can I say this, Bobby Shakes?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think he know what you're gonna say.
I know. I know what I'm gonna say. Listen.
I know you know, but I don't think Bobby Shakes though.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you this, man. Bobby Shakes, and it's good that you don't even understand the level of
Shakes
respect of the work that you. When me and Polish was in Jamaica with King Midas playing music, when dancehall reggae just came to Jamaica and was running around everywhere King Midas was. Bro, the first thing me and Polish used to always laugh about was, yo, this is what Bobby Shakes been doing in Boston with Frizzy. Right. We used to say this every single. It was nothing to us, bro. Like, that's why I say you probably don't even get it. Like, it wasn't. It had to happen. It literally had to happen. Because there was nowhere else you was going to see any quality work other than going on BobbyShakes.com and seeing some pictures with the fisheye lens where everybody wished they had one of those pictures up to 2022 right now.
Right now.
Right now.
You listen to the Smokin. Sorry, Shakes. You listen to the Smokin Rhyme Show. My name is Rex45.
I'm Ghetto Hype.
We got Shakes on the line. Shakes, we got like 3 to 10 minutes. I mean, we can hijack it to whenever you want. You understand? But
yeah, I know. So basically, that was the movement. So the influence comes from skateboarding. So I never really ever followed another reggae entity. I just did my thing.
Right.
To tell the truth, there was no reggae entities to follow. There was just Bobby Shakes, dancehall reggae, Reggae France, and Reggae France wasn't doing what we were doing.
Right.
And then there was Afflicted Yard.
Right.
Now, Afflicted Yard was crazy.
Right. So, Shakes, now that you know what you know, if you came across a young Bobby Shakes, what would you say to them now?
This is what I tell these young kids all the time. I said, first of all, I didn't make any money off taking photography. We made money off advertising. And that's the hidden jewel that everybody thinks. Everybody run out in Boston to buy a camera, and then I found out that all these photographers in Boston are now quitting because there's no money in the business. You can't promote yourself on Facebook.
Right.
You need to build a website, sell advertisement. Once you sell the advertisement, then you could take the free photos because you need the photos on the website to draw people back in for the following week to see the party coming up that week.
Ain't it funny? You need the love to make money.
Hence the reason I said Bobby Shakes killed dancehall. Because when these people did not have an outlet to go look at themselves, they gave up. They felt defeated. There's no Bobby Shakes for me to go. Do you know, listen to me, the ritual in every party was the cameraman. The camera, when you see Bobby Shakes and he took your picture, you could not sleep until he put that picture up and you go check it the next day.
Bobby Shakes, I will say this. That's a different generation. My generation, the cameraman, you turn your back. That's my generation.
Boy.
Cameraman, you turn your back or you moonwalk to the other side.
Oh, not this one, boy. This one.
But this generation
needed to be in the camera. If you listen, if you come out every week and you're not on the camera, you ain't popping. So that's how dancehall is right now, man.
Shakes, Shakes, you agree to that?
Yeah, I agree with that, but not really. My boy called me the other day and he said, you know what? He said, you ruined the culture. Because people got to understand this. We produced 95% of the content for Facebook and MySpace.
Right.
Because nobody has...
Wait. Listen. You listen to the Smokin' Rhyme show. It's the end of the show. But people, listen to what this man is saying right now.
Facts.
His name is Bobby Shakes. And listen to what he's saying.
I'm gonna drop a gem for y'all, and then we're gonna cut. Okay. We produced 95. Facebook should give me a check. We produced 95 of the content on the East Coast for Facebook because we're in New York, Boston, Miami. So there was no iPhone back then. There was no way to you had to take a film photo. So you would have to develop the negative, wait, scan it, put it on a computer. We were taking your profile pictures, and people don't got to understand this. You probably say, "Oh, this dude's bugging."
Bobby Shakes is listen. Bobby Shakes is not bugging.
Hold on a second. The technology that all you young kids know is only 13 years old because of the iPhone 13.
Damn,
So
KRS.
The technology that you young kids know right now is only 13 years old. Before that, you needed a photographer to give you your profile pic.
Yep.
And that's fact.
Yep.
So this is what we're going to do because we're about to cut.
Yeah, no doubt.
All of this stuff that I'm doing right now, we're on Twitch. Come, excuse me, come watch us play video games, and we play old reggae content during the video game play.
No doubt. And how can people find you, Bobby Shakes? Because you're elusive.
BobbyShakes.com is now my portfolio site. It's no longer the reggae website because all that stuff is got to go under NFT domain.
Right.
All that stuff is history. So we're going to stop giving that away for free.
Right. So
we want to.
Go ahead.
So to follow us, check out the website BobbyShakes.com. But if you want to see the real McCoy, Twitch/Bobby Shakes. Come talk with us, chill with us, and see the content, baby. It's there.
Gotcha.
That's it.
And I have
I'm
one.
gonna drag his brain before you go. Bobby Shakes. Let me tell you something. Another door that you opened up that a lot of people didn't know. Before I even heard about Jerky Boys.
Oh man.
Before he's laughing. Before I even heard about Jerky, Bobby Shakes was the original prank caller, bro. Bobby Shakes was the original. Let me tell you something.
Listen, statute of limitation, right? All right.
Man, you're my brother, bro. I love you, man. If you were around Bobby Shakes and you didn't know how to make money, it's because you were born to be broke.
Oh man.
You could have just walked in. You could have walked next to this man and you would have got ideas to make money. Are you dumb?
Oh man.
What?
That was funny. That prank call tape.
Those prank calls. Do you have any, bro?
I have the original DAP. I have all the original DAP.
Man, listen. I never laughed so hard in my life.
The one where we called, because a lot of you kids don't understand this, but before you had to go, if you wanted to watch a movie, you had to either go to the cinema, or you had to rent it from Blockbuster. I mean, you guys have Netflix now. So we called Blockbuster Video, and we said that we rented a video game from you, and Mario's running around naked on the video. The manager gets on the phone, because at this time, this is all new technology. Like, video game is all new technology. So they don't know what's going on. And I'm saying, yo, Mario is running around with his Watson, and my little kids are seeing this big Italian, blah, 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 swinging all over the place. And the dude is like, oh my God, bring it back. We give you free popcorn. Yo, it was crazy, man. It was crazy.
Shakes.
Bro, Bobby Shakes, man. I'm telling you.
Do you have a timeline for this?
Documentary?
Yes.
Documentary. So we're going to release a documentary every single August 19th. We're going to put it out. We're going to do one once a year.
Okay.
Until we're going to go down the line and we're going to showcase everybody. Because this is a Bobby Shakes documentary, but it's really Ghetto story,
right.
Rodigan story,
right.
Richie story.
Right.
Wait till we release the Everlast documentary.
Right.
The Omni World.
Yeah. No, listen. It's a foundation thing, man. You ain't got listen. I know what I know, so
they don't get it.
They don't. Yeah, it's pretty amazing, man. And Shakes, I appreciate you with your what you have over there. You seem like you have a basketball team over there almost. You know what I'm saying? You got some doubles players over there. You know what I'm saying? You know, I know you're gonna be up at 3 a.m, man. I appreciate Shakes and what you have done, and I'll say it on air because I got you online now, and every time I have a technology question on camera, I can call you, and you've always helped me, and I continue to appreciate that, man. So when you got documentaries, you know what it is already. It's automatic things.
I want to say this before I go, and your family, because you're the uncle, nephew, Stitchy, Polish. I want you guys to understand this. Like, whatever Ghetto, 45, Stitchy, Polish, they imagine, they just make it come to fruition. And I don't know if you guys know this as listening to, but what you guys really need to understand, the Smokin Rhyme Show, you guys really need to, you really need to email this brother and be like, yo, what have you done? Where have you been? Like, me and 45 just used to break bud in the backyard of Somerville, and he used to come up with like, the dudes, we used to go, real quick, man, I got to say this. We used to go ride our bikes, right? Every night through the city, boom, boom, boom. 45 come and say, yo, this is too slow for me. I go, too slow? How you going to get faster than what we're doing? We rolling on these push bikes. Next thing you know, he buys a motorcycle. He got me into the motorcycle business. Now he's racing bikes. At his old age. At his old age. When we talk about chasing your dreams and manifesting, you can't go around Ghetto, Stitchy, Polish, and 45. You just can't.
Talk the truth.
And that's just real. That's just what it is.
Talk the truth, my brother.
That's just what it is, man. And this is a syndicate right here.
Facts, man.
Round table, Smokin Rhyme audience. We just let you into the family syndicate. Like we just invited you to Thanksgiving dinner. Well, I can't say that now. We invited you to Christmas dinner on the last hour. Like, you sat amongst brothers. And we were just talking back and forth over mom's
yes.
oxtail and yam.
If you was listening to this edition of Smokin Rhymes, and if you are in the future, you can literally sit down with us and have a conversation now, because we let you in.
You're right.
We let you in.
We let you
No
in.
doubt.
Let you in.
Shakes, you done know.
Guys.
My brother, big up.
Big up, man. Love you guys. Get home safe, right?
And no doubt. Here's what it is. It's a Smokin Rhyme show. Shout out to all the sponsors.